Views and content expressed in the following program are not representative of ONTV or the Board of Directors. ONTV and its Board of Directors do not endorse the views, thoughts, or content of the following program.
Hello again, and welcome to Political News, Political Views. I'm David Lillis. This is my partner, Todd Schleiger. As usual, no idiot boards, no cue cards, let's see what else. Just two guys that are like everybody else. We hear on TV all the experts. We hear millionaires whose opinion, I guess, is worth something. But you don't hear from the average people, and that's what we are. He's above average, I'm below average, so it is what it is. We have different viewpoints, but on this show, what we try to do is get you to think. Not think our way. We'll get animated, but we'll take an issue, and what we try to do is, even with an issue, it's not all or nothing. There's points on both sides that are valid, and there's points that we disagree with. Todd is on the right.
All right, I can't see you smiling there. I can just see your eyes.
No, he can't see me smiling. I am now going to remove my mask, but I'm not going to do it in a way of Mussolini in Washington. I will do, because we do have the plexiglass here, which you can't see, although we do have a nice fall scene, which is my favorite time of the year. I hope it's yours. I love the fall. So, okay, now it's Todd's turn.
Well, the one thing I like about our show is I never know what we're going to talk about when we get here.
You do what?
I usually just wait for your cues, and then I just go into it. So sometimes, you're more of a national person, and I kind of stick mostly to Michigan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they intersect each other. So, and nowadays you cannot watch the news without hearing something about Washington, D.C., or Michigan, for that matter, with Governor Whitmer.
Well, that's because there's so much that is affecting people's lives. It's not just the coronavirus. It's the economy, it's jobs, it's the future. What is our political standing going to be? What is our country going to be? Is it going to be a democracy or an autocracy? Right now, we're seeing changes come. And
that's one of the things we disagree on, but at the same time, have you noticed, though, when you're watching the news, it's not really news anymore. It's more commentary than it is news.
Yeah.
They're pointing out what's going on in the world and in our state, but before, and this is years back, this is probably going to date myself a little bit here, but at the same time, when you seen an anchor person,
you mean Walter
Cronkite and
Harry
Bill Bonds
Reisner,
and all of them like that?
Well, Bill Bonds was kind of...
But either way, it didn't matter what they when they used to start putting out their opinions, you would see a little banner come across, say commentary or something like that. Anymore, it's, the newscasters nowadays, they're giving you more opinion than they are news now. And it doesn't matter if you're on the far left with CNN or the right with Fox News. They're giving their commentary, their opinions more than the news.
Well, that is true. The point of view of all of us, we all have a point of view. And your point of view comes from, your surroundings, your upbringing. As I've said in past shows, I believe, my grandfather was diehard Republican. Mm-hmm. Diehard Republican. He didn't care who was a Republican, that's who he voted for. And when I asked what his reasoning was, for 2 weeks out of his life, he had to go on welfare. for 2 weeks, and he was a coal miner. He was a coal miner. He started at 6 years old, but he was brought up that you didn't hold out your hand.
Right.
And that affected him the rest of his life. And it did not matter. He despised the Democrats, yet it was the Democrats who, when he needed the help, he got it. But that's not how he saw it.
Right.
So, was it wrong? No, that's how he saw it. And
that's
that's fine.
I don't have an issue with it, but at the same time, I do have a memory when I was very young of being on welfare for 6 months with my mother and my sister. And it's funny that you said that, because now I would go without almost anything to avoid that situation.
Oh, I would too. I don't hold my hand out to anybody.
Right. And so I don't know, maybe you're right. That's something that I grew up with, and I can remember. And see, a lot of people don't remember that. You might, because we're of the age where we would probably remember it, but that's like, I can remember the paper money that they used to come in books, and they actually at one point had plastic coins, and a lot of people don't remember those plastic coins. That was in the early 70s. And
I don't remember those.
See, a lot of people don't.
Of course, I didn't have any money then anyway. So
neither did I, so it didn't matter.
It could have been made out of,
But
it
was something
fish
that
eyes
I
for
can
all I know.
remember how people looked at us, even though,
Yeah.
and it was like, nah, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
So even though I know it's there to help people,
Well,
personally,
I
I
mean,
can't do it.
I
But
had a
I don't
time-
have no animosity towards anybody who does.
I had a time in my life where I lived on $10 a week, and bologna tasted real good.
Yes, it did.
The thing was, I was determined I was going to make it. Okay, now, times have changed, generations have changed, but people see things different. I don't. What's happening right now is, I think, my point of view,
Commentary.
that
The banner comes across.
that we are at a crossroads as to what our future is going to be and which direction we're going to go in. Now, you don't seem to agree that Trump is heading towards autocracy, but yet the signs are there.
That would depend on which side of the road you're looking
Well,
from.
first of all, I started out as a Republican because the person who inspired me was Phil Ruppe.
I remember, you've told that story a couple of different times.
Okay, so I was never a diehard Democrat or diehard Republican. I am with the Democratic Party. However, I am extremely conservative. And now, when I say a Reagan Democrat, as we've said, Reagan was a Democrat. Reagan jumped to the other side.
Yep.
I agreed with him. Okay, now, just because I agree with him doesn't make him right.
Right.
That's how I saw it. The thing with Trump is that he's hateful. He's not the stable genius he says he is. And when you go to the background of him, like you and I have argued over several points, but some of those points came from his mouth. He is not a know-all and see-all. And just because Donald Trump says something doesn't make it so.
Right.
Donald Trump, as you probably haven't noticed this, but he's lied once or twice.
They all have.
Yes, but he's taken it to a level that I don't think anyone else could reach.
I think as politicians go, they all lie to get what they want from.
Not to the degree that he does, and some of his lies are so outrageous.
I think a lot of what he does is he's instigating the Democrats.
And
a lot of it could be
Yeah.
that he's like his comments where he says, where you keep talking about autocracy, he's purposely pointing this out to the Democrats just to irk the hell out of them. he says, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I won't get out of office, and we all know he can't do that.
Now wait a second.
So I think he's doing it purposely.
There's some other things that he's doing that are pointing to it. Number one, Bill Barr. Mm-hmm. Are you going to tell me that Bill Barr represents the people of the United States?
I believe so. Bill Barr has an impeccable record. I mean, I know you seem to think he's working strictly for Donald Trump, but I don't believe that.
Well,
I mean, I understand, and let me be honest. Well, before all this, I was an independent, and I ran for a governor for the state of Michigan as an independent. But at the same time, I am now a Republican. Like you started out as a Republican and you went Democrat. I basically started out as an independent, and I'm now a Republican because of Governor Whitmer.
I can float back depending on who the candidate is.
Right.
I mean,
we've both admitted we can vote both sides of the ticket.
If it had been
that's not an
Kasich,
issue with me. I'm not going to go out there and check the Republican side straight line ticket because I don't believe in doing that. I like to know who my candidates are.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter to me if they're Republican or Democrat.
Not really.
But I had to choose a party this time.
Well, I got to ask you two questions. The first one, because I have never gotten what I think is a satisfactory answer. I've heard some things that basically are exaggerations, and it just sounds like they repeat what he says.
Right.
What is the fascination with this guy? He's not smart. He's definitely not a good businessman. Now, his so-called paying $750, and when he said during the debate with Hillary Clinton, when he said he didn't pay taxes because I'm smart. Okay, well, let's take that and say, all right, so if you can get away with something, you should do it.
Well, first off, and me and you had this discussion last week too. First off, every one of us who is a working person, or let me rephrase that, who is a person who pays taxes, every one of us try to get away with paying as little as possible. Now, as far as your comment about Donald Trump being smart,
no, he said that. I didn't say that.
I'm quoting.
I'm quoting
saying what
him.
You said.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm quoting him. So just so don't.
But as far as you saying him not being a smart person, he's not doing his taxes. He has huge CPA companies doing his taxes. So as far as the $750, the man's paying millions in taxes anyways. But, all right, as far as personal tax, if he got away with paying only $750, good for him. But it's not him that is doing his taxes. It's his CPAs that are doing it. And if he did something illegal there, the first company that's going to come after him is the IRS. They don't let you get away with nothing.
And you do understand why the IRS has not, because he is their boss.
It's not a matter of that. He's been under audit for over 10 years.
That audit thing has been played off, and
it's already been proven that he's been under audit for the last decade.
T. Boone Pickens, Warren Buffett, they say we are under audit all the time, but you can still show your taxes. You can still show what you paid.
Oh, there's no doubt he can.
Want to.
He doesn't have to.
Well, now on the second thought, yes, he does.
Why? It's not part of the office. It's not part of the requirement to become president.
Because there's too much of a connection as to where he's getting his money.
Well, they've already proven he hasn't gotten any money from Russia.
Oh, no.
Yes, they have.
No, it has not been proven.
Yes, it
has. It has not been proven.
Yes,
and he already did, and one of the things that's being checked is the house he sold in Florida that he asked for $41 million and got $91 million. And he has done money laundering through real estate, and he said so himself.
If he has been doing something illegal, he would have been figured out by now.
No, he's been in and out of court all the time. Why do you think he wants to win? Statute of limitations. He's got 17 indictments against him. 18 was his charity, but that one's already been settled. Right. Now, if he wins, the statute of limitations runs out, and it's Done deal.
Well, everything the Democrats have thrown at him so far.
No.
Everything the Democrats have thrown at him so far has not stuck.
Okay.
For the simple fact that most of it's made up, and there's nothing to it.
Okay.
Now, this sounds like I'm defending him.
You are defending him.
No, I'm not. I'm defending the law portion of this, not the man. Okay. I don't have a hatred for the man because I could care less what he done before he was president. What I care about is during what he's doing while he's in office, because I want to see the president and our governors should be doing things for the betterment of the people.
And he doesn't. He does it for the betterment of himself.
That's your opinion. I think he's done a good job while he's been in there with the economy. I think he's done good things for the veterans. And
you mean the losers and the suckers?
No, he never said that.
Wait a minute.
If
he did say that, and there were 4 that's heard him say it.
They have not come forward, have they? They have not come forward.
That doesn't mean he didn't say it.
Well, if I would have heard somebody say, now wait, let me finish. Okay. If I would have heard somebody like Trump say that, do you think I would have stood behind the curtain and said, hey, I'm going to say he said this, but I'm not going to come forward?
Like
I don't believe in that unanimous stuff.
Trump,
This is
you've heard, or I read somewhere, or my friend James. There's always this entity out there. If you listen to him, and this is part of his shtick, there's always this entity out there. Everybody knows. Well, no, everybody doesn't know.
right.
And you do defend Trump.
No, I don't. Some things I will defend on the man. He's been a decent president to an extent, considering the conditions that you said.
This. He came into an economy that the rate of increase was higher under Obama than it was under him. But did he or did he not come into a good economy?
Obama started the economy. I have admitted this to you.
Okay,
over and over.
Did he come into a good economy?
Let me finish. He came into an economy that was creeping up little at a time.
No.
The GDP was on the average 1.2. Okay. When Trump came in, he turbocharged it by the tax cuts and the cutting of the regulations.
Did he?
Yes.
He did, and the numbers will back you up on that?
Yes.
Check the numbers. It never went where he said it would go. He said it would hit 4 and 5 and 6.
Well,
just like he said,
they all exaggerate.
Just like he said that the unemployment rate under Obama was 45%.
Like I said, the man says things.
No, the man is a con artist.
He's still our president.
He's your president. He's not mine.
Well, you live here, don't you?
Doesn't matter.
You don't have to claim him. He's still the president of the United States. But at the same time,
as far as I'm concerned, he's Trump. Now,
he's Trump.
The thing is, you can love him all you want.
I don't love the man,
but
I do see.
First of all, you
in
say that these other people did not hear it, yet Trump comes out and he says all these weird things. How come when Trump says something, it's gospel, but when
same
someone
with
says
the Democrats want to believe everything the Democratic Party says.
Okay, hold on. The lawyers came out that were on the committee with Mueller, and they said that Bill Barr interfered with that explanation. And now that it is coming out, because the judge called for the unredacted, now those things are coming out.
And also at the
Bill
same
Barr
thing,
did interfere. Bill Barr, within 30 days, went to New York and tried to intervene on the 18 lawsuits against Trump.
But also now you've got these.
Who does Bill Barr work for?
He works for the United States people, the people of the United States. But you also now, under this investigation going on with Bill Barr, you have things coming out from the Democratic Party now. John Roberts, is that who it is?
What?
Who's doing the investigating for the Attorney General's office, the United States Attorney General?
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, he's the guy. Maybe I got the wrong name.
The Supreme Court Justice?
Yeah.
Or you're talking about Durham?
Durham.
That one's coming out. Yeah, that one's coming out. And now you notice
they're finding things out on the FBI and everything now.
No, this is going to be.
They've already found out the FISA warrants were gotten illegally.
Okay, all right. We'll find out after it comes out, because already one has quit, and she quit because of the ethics of it. the young lady, his Durham's second in command. She resigned. Now, she has not said anything yet. Mm-hmm. She may be waiting, and they may be holding off on that. Now, with all the things, all right, here's some things. If you want to call Trump smart,
I've never said any of that.
Or if you want to call him a con. Okay, when he first went into office, mm-hmm. Now, if I have to give Trump any, this is not an accolade, this is where I think he came from. Everyone around him is a yes man. He is always right. Even his alter ego, which he uses, named John, who calls the newspaper and calls the TV stations, John, whose voice is very similar to Trumpy. Isn't that amazing? And the reporter said, we knew it was him. He's giving him a scoop.
Right.
But yet they recognize the voice. He's not very bright. He's a stable genius, of course. Now, for someone who's a stable genius, why is the country so screwed up? How come he, or did he just wave his hands and, oh, the COVID will go away?
I'm still waiting for it after the election to just kind of drift off a little bit.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. We'll see, because we'll still have this glass between us. But I'm not done yet. Okay, so he had people in there who did try to say, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. So he found out through Stephen Miller, mm-hmm. and who's the one that, Breitbart.
Andy Breitbart?
No, the one that just got arrested. Yes.
See, we do have somebody. God just spoke. Excuse me.
They have shown him, don't put someone in charge of a department. Now, once he had in his department, you did see that they sort of had to resign for unscrupulous things.
Well, it
not that others haven't done it.
Scrupulous. I mean, there's a lot of them that.
Oh, come on. The EAP.
The whole thing with it is the man expects loyalty, and I understand.
He demands loyalty.
Yeah, he does. But that's like any business owner.
No. John Kennedy, Ford, even Nixon, they had people that disagreed with them and liked it. Some even had
Trump
the
gets rid of the
opposite
people
party.
that disagree, don't he?
Exactly. So I am always right. Just like, go to YouTube if you can, if you really want to have a good laugh, and they will show you when they go around the table and they all praise him. Now, see, Mike Pence, he's one of these people that, see, he's about as big a sycophant as you can be. But see, he's got a profession to go back to.
Those of you who don't understand what a sycophant is a person,
an ass kisser.
Bootlicker.
Yeah. Oh,
he didn't have to go that far, but okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, but see, Mike Pence can go back to his old profession.
Right.
And he started out in radio, and then he went into the medical field, and that's how Trump got him, because he's a rectal thermometer. And he can go back to that.
Right.
Because there's quite a few of them up there.
I'm sure there is.
But the thing is, he's got people that will do what he says. Now, what that did was he can bypass Congress. He can bypass the people. Mm-hmm. He tells someone to do something.
I know somebody else that's doing that currently.
Who's that?
Did. Our own governor here.
Okay.
Governor Whipper.
I'm going to leave that to you. And then
I wanted to ask you what you thought about the Michigan Supreme Court on that.
I think it was biased.
Why was it biased?
let
Because
me
it was
ask you
unanimously 7-7 for the fact that she was unconstitutional with the 1976 law. It was 4-3 split when it came to the 1945 law.
I don't think she's done a bad job. And I'm no fan of hers, and you know that.
She has devastated our economy here. She has picked and chose which businesses are allowed to open, which makes no sense for a simple fact.
Is that because she's a Democrat, or is that because, come on.
Let's be honest with you. Yeah. If you look at it through the Democratic Party, even California, Washington, they're Democratic governors. and they're the ones that are holding the economy down still.
You took your Trump pill today, didn't you? It's always the Democrats. You know what I like?
No, I only point out it because I'm against our governor right now.
I gotta say something. Well, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't thrilled with her.
Yeah.
But I have to give her credit. I think she's done a good job under the circumstances that's been dealt to her. We had 1,200.
She makes a lot of what her issues are her own. She causes the problem because she doesn't want to work with our constitutional legislation. She doesn't want to work with our legislators and our senators.
Our legislators want to do what they want to do, and there's a divide there. I have to agree with Biden today when he gave his speech that this division it's not going to go away.
No,
just
it's not.
If Trump loses, it's not going to go away.
No.
But until it does, we're not going anywhere, and that's Democrat and Republican side.
I think if you get the right leader, and this is not just as a president. I'm talking about for the states too. You can get one good governor into a state, and I'm not going to say Republican or Democrat. Okay, you get one good governor in there, and that one governor can make a wave through the whole country.
Well, I thought Cuomo did well.
The Cuomo and that man with his mandate for the assisted living homes and senior citizen homes, he has over 25% of those deaths on his hand. Just like our governor has over 33% on her hands. And that's a sore spot for me for a simple fact. She wants to take credit for saving thousands of lives, but she doesn't want to take credit for those 33% of the deaths here in Michigan.
That's funny.
But this is funny now. The whole thing is, if you go out there on billboards right now, you've got the Democratic Party blaming 213,000 some deaths all on Trump.
Yeah, why not?
Because
it's not his fault.
No, it's not.
Oh.
This is what I'm getting at. This is the example I was going to give. She doesn't want to take credit for any of the deaths here in Michigan, but they want to put all the deaths on President Trump. Now, but at the same time, it's her mandate that done this with the assisted living and nursing homes. It's Cuomo's mandate in New York that done that with the assisted living and the nursing homes.
So when he said it'll go away, it'll miraculously go away after 15 people caught it.
It's a virus.
And when Jared Kushner and Trump were selling medical supplies to China.
We did this last week too. And at the same time, what I'm getting at right here, this is a virus. We get a virus that goes rampant every 10 years. But they want to blame leadership for something that's God-made, so to speak. Okay? The whole facts are nobody went ape crazy over H1N1.
Yeah, but H1N1 didn't do what this did.
It doesn't matter. It's a virus. That's like right now.
H1N1 started out in a bad way.
It started in Mexico. That's the swine flu, for those who don't know what it is.
But they got it under control because
the
leadership.
They've got it under control? Why are tens of thousands dying every year from it? That's under control?
Damn sight better than this one.
Hey, this was the first year that this one's been around.
Hasn't even been a year.
Well, like I said, it's the first year that it's been around.
I just don't understand. How is it that 210,000 people dead in 7 months isn't that big a deal? Because Trump saved millions, billions. That's what he said. I saved millions. But these people, they were going to die anyway. And like the guy said in Texas, there's more to life than living.
Oh, I shouldn't have laughed at that, but there's some truth to that statement.
How is it that it's the Democratic governors that...
I only pointed out to Gretchen on this one.
No, you pointed out Cuomo too, and the one in Washington, Jay Inslee.
That's for the mandates for the senior citizen home and assisted living is what I pointed that out for. Governor Whitmer, repeatedly, all she wants to say is how she saved thousands of lives. She hasn't done crap for saving lives.
But Trump saved millions.
I didn't say that. You did.
No, Trump said that.
I didn't. You did.
Trump.
I'm not taking words from Trump right now.
That's the same principle, then.
That's
Trump
what
saved millions and she saved thousands. What is it?
You like to really turn this around when I'm trying to
No,
explain.
no. It's
This is
when
where
you
I
keep
get
saying
angry at
the
her.
Democrats did it, like the Democrats.
I
just
am
like,
picking on Gretchen Whitmer.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
picking
care.
on Donald Trump Jr. said the Democrats brought this over to make Donald Trump look bad.
Well,
What
let's
an
put it this way:
asinine-
they've
no.
thrown everything else at him to stick, and it hasn't stuck. So
Have
now
you
they
ever
want to
thought
put the
that
virus on
maybe
him too.
Trump is a horse's ass? Have you ever thought of that? Because if they keep throwing stuff at him now,
something
they
gonna
made a
stick?
mistake. They made a mistake. First of all, as far as the impeachment goes, there was no impeachment because Mitch McConnell 2 weeks before said this president is going nowhere. That was a jury that had already decided.
Just like
so
they did with
They just
Clinton.
went through. No, Clinton had some Democrats vote against him. However, he did win. Now, the thing was, there was no way he was going to lose. And it didn't matter if he did anything.
You're saying
It didn't matter
he's still,
if he did
it was
anything.
strict party line that impeached him.
I'm telling you that he did do something, and when the president does something, it's for the... Okay, so wait
a minute. You show me. All right. You're saying he did something that deserved to be impeachment.
Let's take... Yes.
All right. Mueller report said no.
Mueller report is now showing that there was more to it that was redacted by your friend Bill Barr. It's
Wait a
coming
minute.
out now.
The report already states
No, the
that
report
there
was
was nothing in it.
redacted.
And also, they're also finding that we're back to this again. The FISA reports were all illegally gotten.
They are finding out that there was more to the Mueller report that was hidden, that was suppressed.
So
by Bill Barr.
you're admitting the FBI
No,
had infiltrated the Trump campaign.
no.
Then where'd they get the information from?
It's in the redacted report by Mueller.
But
Bill Barr-
wait, no.
Bill
You're
Barr-
admitting that the FBI investigated the Trump campaign.
Well, wait a minute. Was the Trump campaign investigated for a reason, or was it just because it was the Trump campaign? Tell the truth.
That was Hillary Clinton that done that. She's the one that put the money up for, now I forgot the name of the group. All right, where's God? She put forward money for, what's his name? I'm at a loss for names right now. But
That
the
was the
Democratic
English,
Party, the spy and everything, and not FISA group. Future, I can't think of who
Tell me
the
something.
organization
What
was.
is it? Why is it that Trump is such a victim?
I'm not saying
He doesn't do anything wrong.
What's
I mean,
going on over he's been. And
The
we said this last
economy
week.
is the Democrats. The COVID is China. Everything is somebody else's fault.
Well, I think
Trump
China is
takes
where it
no.
started. but-
I'll tell you what. You say you do not like Biden. Now, I'm not saying Biden is
I didn't
perfect.
say I didn't like
Yes,
Biden.
you did.
When did I say
Yes, you
that?
did.
I said I won't vote for him.
No, you said you didn't like him. You didn't want Biden as president.
Yeah, I said I didn't want him as president.
I tell you what. Biden he ain't perfect. I'll tell you that.
None of them
But I'll
are
tell
there.
you what. He looked a damn sight better. Now, Trump can say all he wants, and he's theatrical about it, and he loves his following because they praise him. You know that Trump has.
He's a celebrity even.
He's not a
even
celebrity.
before-
He's a con man.
He was a celebrity even
Well,
before he was a president, so he likes the
Yeah,
the
just like
fanfare.
Do you remember when he showed his health report? Did you remember that one? When he went on Dr. Oz and he had this big envelope with his and his
I don't watch
and his
Oz,
doctor
so.
was some stonehead that was a urologist that sat like this and had a long beard, long hair, and no one told him that the hippie movement was over.
I don't have that problem there.
Trump, and like he told the CDC, I know more than the doctors. They're just amazed at how much I know. Well, you know something? I went to the same school as Trump, same medical school.
Where's that at? I got to hear this.
Well, you will remember this. Maybe the young folks won't. What's the matter, you?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We both went to that school. And Trump does have an affliction, which, in fairness to him, he does suffer from an affliction.
I'm listening.
What?
I'm waiting for the answer to this.
What? Excremental for cranium.
In other words, shit for brains?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cranial excrement that comes out of his mouth every time he has one of those
Like
rallies.
I said, it's all the politicians.
Come on, listen to what he says. This stuff is so bizarre. But
You know, the sad part is,
if you say it fires
what
up
are you going to
people,
do when he gets reelected
if
in
you
November
say
3rd?
it fires up people,
Right.
it gives them the wrong impression. He breeds hate.
No, he doesn't.
He breeds hate. When
how
you
is he-
stand up
how
there and
is he
say they are the enemy of the people,
Oh, you're talking about the mainstream
press.
media.
when he says the Democrats, when he says there is no...
They're not reporting news.
Wait a
They're
minute.
only
They're
reporting.
the enemy of the state.
I believe it now.
Really?
Yes.
Well-
because look, have they said anything
Have they
good?
told-
Have they said anything good that Trump has done?
Hold it. Have they told the truth?
No.
Has Fox News told the truth?
No.
Then don't. Put
This
them all
is the
together.
problem. They only pick and choose what they want to say. And we've had many shows already. We've had well over 20 episodes out here. We had a period of time where we weren't on because of the election from 2018. But at this point in time, you've got the media that, and I've said this, they'll pick and choose what they want. You can't just watch one news channel and get
Okay.
information. You have to watch
So,
three different ones
all right,
just
now-
to find out.
so
And
explain-
now wait, let me finish.
Okay.
You watch three different shows, three different news shows, and they'll all be talking about something general. You have to listen to each show and then find where they intersect each other, because that's the only part of the truth. The rest is what they're twisting
Okay.
in order to get their
So
media.
if I watch Fox, MSNBC, and CNN,
Okay, you're going to get more leaning left out of that.
which one is telling the truth?
None of them. Not the full truth.
How come Fox News isn't in there? How come?
You said
what's-
Fox,
what's the
MSNBC,
other,
and CNN.
There's a series of news stations that are all on his
No,
on his watch.
you've got some cable news channels like
Yes.
the Blaze, Newsmax,
they belong to a group. They come under, and I can't think of the name of it.
and you have some far right leaning channels, okay, and you'll hear bits and pieces, and I don't believe them 100% either. You have to watch some of the right, and you have to watch some of the left in order to find out where they're intersecting. The only place that they intersect with each other is where the truth is.
Trump has
and they're
told-
all twisting it to fit their own narratives.
Trump has told bold-faced lies.
Yeah.
Absolute lies.
I know that,
He
and
has
he knows that.
said things to his base. The thing is, his base is one that is ready to attack. He has his militias.
Now wait a minute. You can go that far as far as you want with
but
the
you've
right,
seen
but
it.
they are on the left as well. You have extremists on the left, and you have extremists on the right. Yes.
Okay, now where are the left ones?
Well, look.
Are you going to bring up? Bring it up again. Come on.
Look. Like I
Antifa.
said, they have
You bring it up again.
Antifa. You know
Is what?
There's a lot of people that believe they're just an ideology, but at the same fact, there are members to Antifa.
Okay. What about QAnon?
Who?
QAnon.
Never heard of them.
That's what Trump said.
I
But they love
haven't.
him. They love him, so they must be good. QAnon says that the Democrats.
Well, that's just like the Proud Boys was just brought up on this debate.
Oh, no, there's more than the Proud
Biden,
Boys.
When Biden went out there and said,
He asked for them.
well, no, Trump says, who do you want me to acknowledge or disavow?
But they did.
And Biden's the one that said Proud Boys. And the Proud Boys got all upset over all this because they're not a white supremacist group.
Well,
I went out there personally and checked their website on there. It doesn't say anything. I mean, it says they're against neo-Nazism. They're against violence. They're against Black Lives Matter too. But at the same time, you got different ideologies out
you
there.
and I read different magazines because it showed that he did know who the Proud Boys were. He did hear about it.
I just went by what was said on
You
on
can't
the
just go by what was
debate
said.
and stuff. So
What did you think of the debate? Just had
What
I thought
of
ours
the
was
debate,
bad.
what I thought about the debate, literally, somebody sent a buddy of mine. I don't want to say his. Yeah, I will. Freddie. He sent me a meme. Okay.
Okay.
It had Biden and Trump right next to each other as two little kids,
I have to admit.
and they fought like it was ridiculous.
It
It
was.
was not presidential in any means.
we don't have to be presidential because we just folks.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
folks.
But that was.
But I admit that was bad.
It was. It was. And,
I mean,
and,
they were both interrupting. Trump interrupted him more,
I felt
and
bad for
I
Chris
knew that
Wallace.
was going to happen to begin with. Chris Wallace was interrupting a lot as well, but at the same time, now they're talking about the presidential debate
Miami?
committee is talking about
changing the rules.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
kind of hard to do all that
to
when
me,
it's in the
I
middle
think,
of it. But
I think for the next one, after seeing what I saw, and it was both of them.
Yep.
I
mean,
so
as far
because
as
both of
interruption
them were in
stuff,
on
yeah.
it, then
Yeah.
I would say let Biden have his time, and then let Trump have his time. Not together. Not together.
Well,
Let-
it has to be like we're used to. For a simple fact, it gives us an idea of how they're going to react.
Well-
Freddie's calling.
if that be true, then you're going to have it all over again. I don't want to see that.
I don't know. I think it might be toned down the next time. We'll see.
I don't think so.
I
I don't think so. After what he's done in the last few days,
Trump's handlers are getting a hold of him on this.
Are
And
you
I
kidding?
think, and I think also Trump underestimated Biden. I really believe he underestimated him.
Like they put, they doctored the plug in his ear,
Who?
and they
Oh, on
even
Biden?
and they even said that there was a signal coming from his rosary. Oh, come on!
Well, I
But
mean,
see,
I could sit there and say the man was staring at his podium an awful lot. That
Trump-
maybe there was notes, but,
Yeah, but
it's
listen,
just
Trump can say
crap.
these things,
Right.
And his base buys it. Well,
just like, and now I'm going to say it again. The Democrats can say something, and the
Oh,
true
no.
blues believe it automatically.
I'm not one of them.
I didn't say you were.
I'm not one of them.
I know you more as a Reagan Democrat than as a true blue. But again, I've always told you, you know, you have to, in order to be fair, you need to give up on the hate for the one man, but you can't do that.
Yeah, but the man breeds hate.
So
Wait a
does the
minute, let me
Democratic
ask you this.
Party.
Let me ask you this: the way
You don't think the Democratic Party breeds hate? How come they're not disavowing all the rioting and looting that's going on at these Democratic cities?
because the looting, according to the FBI, and there's another one that's going to be on the unemployment line. According to the FBI, it wasn't the left. It was a group that was coming in, and they noticed it on camera.
They've
They
said
also-
some of them have been
Have
proven to
been?
be right-wing
Yes, and they were,
extremists, but the majority of them
but
are
they
still
didn't-
on the. That ain't even what I was talking about.
Did you also
Why
know-
isn't the Democratic governors and mayors stepping in and stopping it? Why did they let it go over 100 days in Portland? Why are they letting the
wait a minute.
rioting and stuff
Let
go
me
on
ask
over
you
for 100
something.
days?
So,
no, don't change the subject.
First of all, I'm not
Answer that
changing the
question.
subject. How is it that the ones who are peaceful protesting,
There's nothing wrong with peaceful.
okay, but that's not how Trump says it.
I'm talking about the 100 days of the rioting and looting going on in
And they
Seattle
arrested nobody?
or Portland. Excuse me.
They arrested nobody?
They've been arresting people
okay,
every
and
night.
then, nobody, they not
Why
shown them
haven't
to
the
be in a
governors
group?
and mayors shut it down? Why aren't they calling in the National Guard? Because they don't want to look bad. They
is it
think it's
gonna
going to
look
make
bad?
them look bad because they're
gonna
supposedly
look
shutting
bad?
down peaceful protests.
Well,
I mean, just
Craig
like
shut it down.
like they did in
I
Minneapolis.
didn't see any problem
you
with
had,
that.
You had. I don't even remember the news channel that had it. They had the news reporter standing right here. It's
Oh, that was
pretty much
Ali Velshi.
pretty much a peaceful protest with a fiery background. You know, that stuff has to. I have nothing against protests.
It wouldn't
as long as
surprise
it's
me.
done properly. I mean, you can get all wild and stuff and yelling and screaming all you want, but attacking police officers,
No,
burning buildings,
I'm not
and
justifying
looting
that.
stuff like
I'm not
that.
justifying
and then
that
the
at
one,
all.
the one black woman who I believe she was with, and I believe she was with BLM, says it's reparations. The looting. They have insurance.
No,
kind of
that's
crap
wrong.
is that?
That's wrong. I won't justify that.
They're stealing and burning down property that belongs to
I
the
agree. I agree
people
with you.
right there in their communities.
I agree with you.
They're not doing no good. That takes away from their protests.
Okay. What Biden said today was that he will do something about that.
Yes, and there you brought up another point. Why did Biden wait until now to start talking against all this? Because
Biden,
now it's because
No,
the people.
he was talking then.
No, he wasn't. He's never once disavowed all the looting and protests until
Yes, he
just
did.
recently. Just recently, within the last month, he finally started disavowing it.
That's because Trump said he approved
it was
it.
because the numbers had started to show in these cities that his numbers were dropping. Of course, I don't believe in the polls to begin with. There's no way in hell this man is leading over Trump right now. And you can disavow it all you want, because I'm telling you right now, you have the class of closet voters right now that are sitting back. November 3rd, I'll guarantee you Trump wins Michigan again.
You really think so?
I guarantee it. You think that the Reagan Democrats in Macomb County are going to let him lose again? All right, you have over 400,000 absentee ballots already turned in the state of Michigan. Okay, I've already put mine in. Okay, but the whole thing is, they're saying there's going to be 2.5 million absentee ballots. They're estimating.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I have no problem with absentee ballots. It's the mass mailings I have an issue with, but not the absentee
Why
ballots.
the mass mailings?
Because they're sending them out to people that aren't even at these addresses anymore. And you've got people all the time reporting they've gotten 2, 3, and 4 ballots, and some of them have, like, I'm just going to make up a name, John Smith. It'll say John Smith, and then the next one says John Q. Smith, because that was his middle initial. And I don't care about it. The whole fact is, I don't disagree with absentee. If a person wants an absentee ballot and they apply for it, they should get it.
Okay, they have clearly shown that the fraud is 0.002. And because Trump says,
whenever you do mass mailings, there's always the potential.
Let's take Trump's statement. The only way we can lose is if the system is rigged.
He did that on the first one too, didn't he?
He's been doing that, because what he's saying is, if I don't win, it's rigged.
Yeah. I know what he's
saying. So I'm telling all of you, when you go to Vegas, go to his hotel, put down $100 and say, if I don't have $200, this casino is rigged.
Well,
because the principle is the same.
Well, no, it's not the same.
Oh,
everybody knows that the house wins.
No, because the system
the house
rigged.
is in the odds.
And as far as the protesters, there are people out there that are doing that. Mm-hmm. But it was on both sides. Like Trump said, there's good people on both sides. That's what he said.
He did say that.
Yeah. Well,
but
there's bad people on both sides.
He didn't say anything that white supremacists were good. So he's disavowed white supremacists and
he has
KKK.
Yet to. No.
You're talking about Charlottesville now.
He's told the line not to, because those are his base. And did you know that he stopped them from investigating, as did Bill Barr, into the white supremacy? That has come out through Homeland Security. Yes, that has come out through Homeland Security.
If something comes up on Trump, they'll get him for it.
Well, I got the feeling if Trump loses, you're going to find out more than what you ever wanted to.
If he loses, I don't have to deal with. I don't have to hear about Trump anymore.
Do you think that if he loses, that it's going to be peaceful?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah.
He's already called for, if he loses and there's any violence, there's going to be an insurrection.
If he wins, you're going to have insurrection.
Oh, if he wins.
Either way.
But not if he loses.
I don't think so.
Oh, if he loses, everything's okay.
I would imagine.
Oh, then the system isn't rigged, is it? But if he...
I never said it was.
If he wins, then there'll be an insurrection.
They've already the Democrats have already stated that.
No, he stated that, and he will call out the military, and the military is now...
He cannot call out the military to work within
said that.
Well, whether he says it or not, the military cannot function within the borders of the United States.
You do know that he said that Esper is probably going to go, and it'll probably be just before the election, as will Milley, and he will put in his own person.
Isn't he the one with the COVID right now?
I don't know if he's got COVID.
Yeah, one of them does. Either Esper or Milley's got COVID right now.
Well, so does Stephen Miller, thank God.
Well, Trump does too, so what's the difference?
My point is that
even Kellyanne Conway's got it too.
Yeah.
And Giuliani was sitting right next to her for that, but he didn't get it.
The protesting, the violence, no, I don't condone that, and I don't think Biden did either. But it wasn't until
he did not
it wasn't
disavow
until
it until just recently.
Yeah, but see, Trump said it was all the left. Even when they said something about the Proud Boys, he said, "But we have to do something about that left." He gets fixated.
When he says the left, I believe he's talking more about the socialism portion of it.
You still haven't explained socialism on the left to me.
Well, look at
socialism comes from Russia. That is a conservative thing.
No, the communism comes from Russia. Socialism comes from
the
Sweden,
Union
Denmark,
of
Norway.
Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR. That was socialism.
Yeah, but they're communists.
It's
now.
a different socialism. The other socialism, near as I can tell, the socialism in America is nobody has to work, everybody just hold out your hand, and the rich put money in it. That's my impression.
I wish I could get Eric Brantley to come onto the show, because he
don't
believes in this socialism, and I've tried to get him to explain it to me.
I don't understand.
I've tried to get him to explain to me what type of socialism they're talking about. The only answer I get from anybody over there is more like Denmark and Sweden, and I'm like, they're both democratic states, but they have socialized medicine. Is that what you're talking about here?
Well, they pay, but
they want socialized medicine here. Yeah. They want free college, and they want all kinds of socialized
as long as we're just
system.
Going across over the fence. As far as socialized medicine, I don't know if it's good or bad.
Canada doesn't like it. I mean, if you talk to a Canadian, a lot of times if they have to have anything serious done, they come to the United States, because the waiting lines are longer over there. But if you just got like an ache or pain and you want to go see your regular doctor, it's great. You don't have a bill. But the problem is they're still paying 44% tax.
Right, but the other thing was Mitt Romney came up with something which was similar to Obamacare. And it's really kind of sad, because if the two could have come together, then because Obama said that if you have a better idea, I'm open to hear it. But nobody ever did. And let me ask you this, because this came up in the debate. Have you heard of Trump's plan?
No, Trump hasn't come up with an actual plan yet, and we all know that.
Okay, so this thing with the pre-existing condition.
That he did make executive order.
That was symbolic, because they don't have to follow it. That's not a law.
Well, it hasn't. There's nothing been made into law yet with it, but Trump has already said that pre-existing is not going to be done away with.
But yet it's still sitting in the Supreme Court. And it will be.
No.
That is
Obamacare is sitting in the Supreme Court.
No, because that very point
that's
will
what
be
everybody
adjudicated.
Is so worried about when he puts in this Amy Barrett. They're afraid that they're going to just wipe out Obamacare.
Okay, so as long
but
as
at the same time, if they do wipe out Obamacare, what's it hurt? Well, because Trump's already said, stated that he's all for pre-existing conditions to make sure that nobody is turned down.
Then why don't you just take that part out of the thing and make it law?
Every president has some idea or some program they bring into effect.
Wait a minute. Maybe it's because
I think a lot of it is Trump just never liked Obama, so he wants to wipe out everything that Obama done.
Man.
But we've had a discussion on Obamacare on many shows. And
nobody
I don't agree with Obamacare.
Nobody said it was perfect. Even he said it wasn't perfect.
Right.
But if
the only thing good
then
about
why couldn't
Obamacare,
the Republicans have come forward and said, okay, look, what if we fix this and this and this? But they didn't. They said, it's crap. Okay,
Obamacare is crap.
No,
Yes, it was. Okay, their big ta-da with it was, we helped 20 million people get health insurance.
A lot of people.
Okay, the only thing you did was pay the majority, with taxpayers' dollars, pay the majority of their insurance for them. That's what you did. All the insurance companies, including, all the insurance companies that that were handling Obamacare, all bailed when the subsidies ran out.
But all the people who were going into the hospitals and into the doctors who had no insurance, the people with insurance were paying it. When they went into the hospitals, somebody paid. What he did was he leveled it off.
Nobody gets anything for free.
Now,
he didn't level it off.
Wait a minute. Somebody paid.
We all paid.
Exactly.
Because look at what happened with Obamacare. All right, as the subsidies fell off, our insurances went up. Okay? Right now, the average cost for health insurance, the average cost annually is nearing $20,000. Okay? That's annually. That's $1,667 a month. Oh my God, I still remember these numbers. And the problem with all this is they need to come up with something that actually takes on the health insurance industry. Because the thing that they did is all they did was to get the rates down so that you and I can afford health insurance. They put high deductibles on it. $3,000 to $5,000 is the average deductible for health insurance.
I know about that.
And the fact is, the only way you ever get to use your actual insurance is if something catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
Because none of us are going to pay $5,000 through the whole year for people like me and you who don't normally get sick.
Well, unfortunately, we gotta stop. It's just getting good.
Well,
I gotta say though, watching the debate, we don't do too bad. That debate.
Crap. We've known each other quite a while.
Yeah, but that debate was crap.
It was. It was like
crap.
Two little kids fighting over that one cup of Jell-O pudding. And it was that bad.
I like pudding.
So do I, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let you have it.
Well, we got to wait till next week, I guess. We'll argue some more. Hopefully, we brought up some points which you can both say we're both full of shit.
We stretched across the spectrum, so.
But like I told you, feel sorry for Trump.
I don't.
Excremental for cranium. Remember where you heard that.
In other words, he's a Richard Cranium.
Yeah, okay. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the fall.
Just remember, do your research, look at the candidates. Don't
Vote.
pay attention to the parties
Vote.
unless you want to vote all Republican.
Vote. If you have to go out, vote.
Yes.
This is the next revolution. Before we wanted to get a better government, now we want to vote to keep a better government. Vote. Somehow, some way, give people a ride. Vote. Yeah. I can't stress that enough. You have no idea how important this one is. We'll see you next week.
Have a good evening now.
Yep.